Welcome everybody to Me Time Monday with me, your host, Calista, for the next little while together. Hi Leslie, hi Michelle, hi Eva, welcome. Hello Annalise, Elizabeth. Yeah, come and say hi. Hi Sharon. Use the comments, friends. So we are just filming live here on Instagram, but this is going to go out into the different platforms later. So if you're watching on the replay, welcome. These are new offerings and it's going to be around about this time every week, friends. Spirit is guiding 333 here in the UK. It's going to be different from where you are, where you're tuning in from, but you can expect it round about the same time every week. And this week, inspired by what's taking place on the earth right now and what's really taking place within the earth. For those of you who have followed my page or we have worked together in different courses, you know that elemental wisdom comes in to so much. Elemental teachings, working with the elementals, the nature spirits, the unicorns, and of course the angels. But today we're going to be working with the 5 primal elements of earth, air, fire, water, and ether, to reconnect to the elements and really commune with them, perhaps in a new way, to really support a reconnection, inner peace, inner knowing, amid a lot of what's going on right now, a lot of the disconnection, so much change has taken place. We're really, especially in the run-up to the new moon on the 25th, we're on the 23rd today, the 23rd of June 2025. The solar flares that are coming in are really intense, and there's just this, I really feel that there's this call to just come back to the earth, to create or maybe recreate a new relationship with our beautiful Mother Nature, our Mother Gaia, and through her connect with the elements on a daily basis. And that can look so many different ways. You know, I've got, for example, I'm sure you've all got candles in your home, but just reconnecting with the salamander that's within the flame, and not just lighting a candle for the sake of the smell or the glow, the ambience, but really connecting with that salamander and asking, beautiful salamander, thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing your presence into this home space. May you please support me to cleanse my energy field of the day or whatever I've brought into the home from the day, and really having that communication. Or it might be, especially with all the solar flares coming in right now, we need to stay hydrated, or we can feel really not only thirsty in our body, but thirsty for connection, thirsty for just that connection with our inner being. It can feel really dry, and so I always drink crystal water. And if you don't know anything about crystal water or why putting intentions on your water is so important, then please look up the work of Dr. Emoto. I'm sure you're all familiar with Dr. Emoto's work, but having, for example, there's just some quartz crystals in here. Drinking crystal water not only provides great hydration, helps put minerals back into the water, but it also brings and lends their vibration, and it's another way to form this greater communication with all of the gifts that are here on the earth. I see so many people in the spiritual arena wanting to almost bypass all of the beautiful wisdom that's here, all of the elemental wisdom that's here, in order to seek enlightenment of planet Earth, to connect with star councils and guides. And while that is very much important and relevant, sometimes we bypass what is here, what is right here, what is within us as well, how the elements and the elementals are represented within us. So today's journey is all about re-establishing those roots and threads. And in the last ceremony that took place on Saturday, we were feeling into, because it was the solstice, What is the elemental wisdom, or what is the element that is best for us to connect with right now? Maybe you're coming in more to your fire era, or water is a place of solace and support for you right now. Or maybe it's the earth, or maybe it's air, or maybe it's the ether. It's the blend of all the elements together. So maybe just feeling into that now, or putting it into the comments. If you were to pick one element, or that element's picking you right now, what would it be? What do you feel that you need more of in this moment? And just before hitting the live button, I'm just sitting here in my office. Even though it's not very sunny here, it's really humid, it's really close. But the wind was gathering up speed, and I'm just looking out the window here, really blessed to just have this gorgeous vista of the fields. And I was just watching the wind move through the crops and the grasses, creating these waves. They're still doing it. It's just so peaceful, almost hypnotic to watch. And it's that energy that I feel like I'm leaning into right now. Almost like, yeah, how can all of the elements come together in this beautiful rhythmic dance? Maybe we'll call that, once this video goes into the other platforms, maybe we'll title that The Sacred Dance with the Elements. But may that energy come into our sharing today, that soothing, that blending, that leaning into all the gifts that are here, so that we can source and keep resourcing from Mother Gaia, and connecting back with what is truly real, what's truly real in this often world of disconnection and chaos. So let's just read. A lot of you saying water, fire, earth. Okay, nobody fire. Oh, one person fire. I love it. Okay. All right, brothers and sisters. So let's just go into our ceremony. If you've got something to drink, I invite you just to have a little sip. And we're going to begin. Something that I found of great help recently for myself and for my kids is something called havening, which is a somatic healing technique. So I would like just to bring in a little bit of havening right at the beginning. And havening is really just a way for us to regulate our nervous system, but it's also a great way to prepare for meditation. And because it works with the element of touch, it's so soothing. So I invite you, friends, you can keep your eyes open or you can keep your eyes closed, to bring your hand just on the top of your shoulder and just very gently sweep your hand from the shoulder down to your wrist. We're just going to do this a few times. And if it doesn't feel so great, to stroke your arm. Another lovely havening technique is from the top of your head down to where your brows meet. Just soothing this part of your head. And just breathing deeply. And if you haven't closed your eyes, just inviting you to do that now. Adjusting where you're sitting and just asking yourself if you need anything else, a blanket or a pillow. Maybe you wish to lay down for this. And when you're ready, just slowing down the touch and resting your palms either up or down on your lap or on the floor if you're lying. And we're going to take an inward journey. I often see our body, this beautiful vessel. Sometimes we can berate ourselves, right, in the mirror. or wish our body to be something else, stronger, leaner, taller, shorter, whatever. But today, I invite you to contemplate your body as a temple. As a temple, like a crystal, an extension of source, an extension of divinity in form. And the gift of our human body is that we can communicate with our body. And even more, richer and deeper than that, we can communicate with the waters of our body and the spirit of our body and the physicality. And so we're going to be doing that today. So while you're breathing, while you're very much perhaps aware of your surroundings, where you're sitting or lying, please also just contemplate that you are so much more. Opening up the remembrance that you are a divine sacred space in and of itself. So taking another deep breath in, and we're going to go to the core of our temple, to our heart. So please just feel yourself coming to a doorway or a threshold that represents the opening into the sacred space of your heart. And when you get a sense of being here, just opening the door or walking over the threshold, taking a big deep breath in, as you open up to your heart space today, how is it manifesting? If you need more light, bring in the light. Invite your heart to be expansive. And whatever current energies or emotions are just within and around your being, that's okay, they're welcome here. But choosing to go on a journey of reconnection to the elements. And first we begin with the element of air. So just feeling where you're standing in the sacred space of your heart, a breeze, a gentle breeze just wrapping around you. And if you can, imagine listening to the breeze as it echoes perhaps through the landscape of your heart, through any inner trees in your heart space. Taking a big breath in and feeling into the relationship that you have currently with air. Is it one that flows freely? Do you invite in breath consciously throughout your day? And if not, now is your opportunity to really breathe deeply, taking in all of the different compositions of the air, as well as the prana, the life force, the animism of the breath that's filled with innate clarity and lightness. Encouraging you always to be in the flow of change, to align always with grace, to find grace and recognize it. And listen to the message that air has for you today, perhaps one of greater openness, open-mindedness, freedom. maybe release of something that's been in any way limiting lately. Just as you would communicate with your loved ones here in the physical and your guides and non-physical, ask air what its message is for you today and how you can lean into air more, inviting it into your daily life and practice. Perhaps it's to bring more of your voice and your songs and your poetry into your space, to sing when you're walking outside, no matter who's listening to you, sing into the trees. Bring in your voice, bring in your wisdom through air into being. And then imagine that you are going deeper within your heart temple. Imagining the earth below your feet. Really feeling and being greeted by that grounding presence of earth. And how is the earth manifesting for you? Do you find that you're standing on sand or stone or crystals that are comforting under your feet? Are you on grass or soil or fields of flowers? Imagining that you're breathing through your feet, bringing up the energy of earth and all of her kingdoms, all of the different forms of earth. Feeling its overall stability, presence, security, abundance, form and structure. And we invite the element of earth to fortify our bones, which is another form of the earth element, to provide greater resilience, greater strength, greater support. Giving us a strong foundation to create from and experience more this gift of life. And just saying yes to any physical healing through the earth element that you're ready for. Breathing this in deeply. And asking all that is the earth around you in this landscape and within you as your body to share a message with you, a message that's most supportive, most healing for you at this time. Which practices or which ways can you attune more and bring the element of earth into your daily life and path of spiritual enlightenment? Perhaps bringing in certain flowers or plants or planting are literally having your hands more in the earth. Connecting with crystals, making elixirs, crystal water, or maybe making mandalas or geometry or altars, leaving altars and gifts to our Great Mother and the element of earth wherever you go. Just staying open, continuing on your journey now. Beginning to feel the warmth of an inner fire. Feeling the pull, the magnetic energy of fire as it draws you close to a space within your temple where you can sit and watch the flames. Often the way that we can communicate with fire is through fire gazing, flame gazing. And so as you imagine that you're gazing into the flames, what is the medicine and the message of fire for you? And we ask the element of fire to rekindle your passions, your desires, to fuel all of your manifestations so that they are in alignment with your dharma, your purpose, providing greater inspiration, creativity, courage, enthusiasm, confidence, breathing any and all of that in if it resonates. And fire has this ability to influence us in a way where that we can just live on our own terms. So any pathway or area of your life that doesn't feel free, that feels restricted or limited in any way, or perhaps you're living through others, or you're influenced through the energy of comparison and competition, imposter syndrome. Just see and feel these beautiful sacred fires, your sacred fire, burning through it all with great love, but great power to dissolve anything and everything that is standing in your way of shining and being your most authentic, sovereign self. And so it is. Thank you. And before we continue the journey again, just pausing to listen to the fire, any ways that it wishes to work with you more, especially to help you to take action, sacred action in your life, or maybe to create or recreate boundaries. Sometimes we need to create boundaries to truly manifest our dreams, to live with our sacred fire fully on, fully ablaze. Now let's continue our journey. Imagining that you're walking through your temple, starting to hear the gentle trickle or hush, how it's manifesting to you of your water. Beautiful sacred waters that are manifest in your temple. Perhaps as a clear, reflective pool. Or a purifying waterfall. Everything is possible in the sacred space of your heart, so allow water to manifest perfectly for you. Maybe it's waters to bathe in, and if that's the case, dive in. Dive within your own blessed purity and let all be cleansed that is left in love. As you re-establish this connection to inner flow, a flow that's always consistent, always moving, that always knows the way if there is a block. It just moves around, or it recreates, or it goes underneath or on top. Letting yourself be like water, always finding a way. Breathing into the water. Breathing into your own intuitive, instinctual waters. Coming into greater alignment with your emotional body, with your psychic and aware body. And letting anything that's uncertain, any fearful thoughts or negative emotions, just let them be washed away. And asking the water if there is a message for you here. What are the inspired ways to level up your connection with the water and really take advantage of its ability to help us to be empathetic, compassionate, adaptable, instinctual. Then when you're ready, we are going to visit the last of the elements on this journey, that of ether, of spirit. So imagine that you're coming to the very heart of the sacred space of your inner temple. Here, the space of infinite possibility, of magic, of miracles, where you are truly one with Source on all levels of being, existing everywhere and nowhere as everything and no thing you are. And as you breathe in and reconnect with the infinite you, what is the message? What is the sense that's being revealed and shared with you from Spirit? Breathing in deeply, allowing Spirit to envelop you as all of the elements unify within and without, above and below. this moment that you are one with your highest self, your expansive, multi-dimensional self. And the only place you ever need to source from is truly you. For you are a pure reflection of Source God in all ways, in all forms, in all elements. So for the next few moments of this journey, please go to the area in your temple, to the element that is calling you the most, or stay here in the realm of spirit. And breathe in or receive a gift from that particular element, whether earth, air, fire, water, or spirit. Something to remind you of this feeling, of this knowingness, that you are one with all life, that this is the lifetime to ascend, to unbecome all of the aspects, all of the contracts, the stories, what your family has been holding on to, that generational karma that you were so eager to experience before you came into this life. Feeling grateful for all the lessons and experiences of that and of your lifetime so far. But from this point forward, if it feels good, making that choice and commitment to fully turn yourself on and face in the direction of your truth. With no other hindrances or distractions or diversions, truly on the path of enlightenment, where the soil is rich and the air is clear and the fires are abundant and the water flows and spirit is all that you are. One last deep breath in, bringing your hands on your heart space. Giving thanks to the elements, to the messages, to the gifts. And making a commitment to yourself, taking one of these practices or inspired ways, and really bringing that into your physical day to day. As you open your eyes. Friends, I'm going to leave you there so you can just continue the meditation. If you would like just to stay in that energy, let me know if this has been of value, what you took from it, what was the element that spoke to you the most. I'd love to know. And I'll be back next week for Magic Monday. Magic Monday, that's what it should be called, Magic Monday, for Me Time Monday. And if you want to connect with me before then, there is 2 spaces left for the next Angel Healing Level 1, which takes place this Saturday, June 28th over Zoom. 8 hours of live streaming with the angels. It sounds a long time, but it passes very quickly and it's amazing. It's going to be the last level 1 as well of this year, friends. So let me know if that interests you. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciating your love. Have a blessed day, friends.